Now, social media have become an increasingly effective tool to measure the mood in modern societies. Now, a new study using the same software used by the US military is being used to explore the Arabic language websites popular among Palestinians. Well, I'm joined now by Jonathan Schanzer from the Foundation for Defense of Democracies in Washington, who's just completed a unique study into Palestinian social media. Thank you for being with us. So what have you learned looking at social media among Palestinians? Well,
we've learned a lot, and I don't think that the voices are all in one direction right now. But we've seen some rather abysmal results from our initial findings. It was over a 9-week study. And we found that, by and large, the Palestinians are against the peace process right now. This is not to say that they're pro-war, but they're certainly not interested in coming back to the table. That and the fact that Islamic radicalism seems to be on the rise were both two of the major findings of the study.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because when you say the Palestinians, if you judge them by their social media, against the peace process, does that suggest they're more in tune with Hamas, which runs the Gaza Strip, for example, than Fatah, which is the other Palestinian organization?
Well, it certainly doesn't say that. I would say that in general what we saw were voices across a number of different organizations, from reform factions to Fatah to Hamas to even Salafi groups. But by and large, they said that the peace process does not represent the will of the Palestinian people. That was a common thread that we found throughout our 9-week study.
Are you getting at something, do you think, that you wouldn't get at if you just did an ordinary poll? I mean, many people have done that.
Well, that's actually the reason why we decided to do this study in the first place. What we found is, over the years, the U.S. government has failed to actually take a temperature on the Palestinian street. Whether it was in late 2000 when the Clinton administration pushed forward with a peace process, believing that the Palestinians were on the verge of accepting an agreement, or in the year 2006, for example, when polls projected that Fatah would win the legislative elections when, in fact, Hamas won by a large margin. After those polls, it was Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice who said that she admitted that the United States had not been taking an accurate pulse of the Palestinian people.
So what do you think it would make in practical policy terms if negotiators, if America, let's take the White House, if they were to look into the kind of thing that you've been doing?
Well, we're not saying that this is a silver bullet. Certainly the number of internet users is rather low within the Palestinian society. You're looking at people who are largely educated, who can read and write in classical Arabic, who have access to a computer, presumably they're younger. But we do think that if you take that along with the polls and along with what we're hearing on the ground from leaders and along with what we're hearing from the State Department, in the aggregate it might make for a clearer picture, because clearly up until now we've not had a good one.
All right, Jonathan Schanzer, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.